Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working together step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guidebook, How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're actually in the exam room working through your paper on exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really fab. And subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And so now we're going to have a go at the final paper in this 2017 practice papers book for grade 2. So if you turn to page 15, you'll find paper S. That means a specimen paper. It was never actually set as an exam in 2017. It's just a specimen or a sample paper to give you a bit of extra practice. So I do suggest that you have a good go of this yourself first of all. It doesn't matter if you go wrong. It's always better to learn by your mistakes. Always work in pencil, a nice sharp pencil. I use a propelling pencil, a mechanical pencil, and you will need an eraser and a ruler, and then you're ready to go. So I hope you've had a go of this yourself, and so now we'll look through this together. Question 1 asks us to add the time signatures to each of these 5 examples. So we're going to have 5 separate time signatures. So let's look at the first one. So perhaps the last bar is the easiest to see at a glance. So we're going to have to choose the bottom number, what unit beat we're going to be counting in. We can't be counting in crotchets or quarter notes because that would give us 1.5 beats. Anything bigger than that would be incomplete. And so we're going to have to count in quaver beats or eighth notes. So our bottom number will be 8. And we've got 1 eighth note there, 1 quaver there. And then that divides into 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3 over 8. And you can see there's 1, there's another 1, there's another 1. So 3 over 8 would be the answer for that. Let's look at the next one. Now at first glance that looks like it's going to be tricky, but don't let those triplets put you off. Remember that just means 3 in the time of 2, 3 in the time of 2, 3 in the time of 2, and then suddenly that makes that quite easy to see at a glance. We're going to be counting in crotchet beats or quarter notes, and we've got 1, 2, 3 of those, because 2 quavers, 2 eighth notes makes a crotchet. So we've got 1, 2, 3 over 4. Let's look at the next bar. So you can see we've got 3/4 of a beat and 1/4 of a beat. That gives us a beat, and 1 crotchet beat, 1 quarter note. Remember we beam in groups of a quarter note or a crotchet there as well. We've got 1.5 there and 1/2 a beat there. So 1.5 plus 1/2 is 2, plus another 1 is 3. That just confirms it. Let's look at the next bar. Again, I think at a glance you can see that we're counting in crotchet beats. Our bottom note is going to be 4 quarter notes. And in this last bar we can see that 4 quarters makes a whole. So that's 1 beat. And then here we have another beat. So we've got 2 crotchet beats, 2 quarter notes per bar. So our answer will be 2 over 4. And you can see, just to confirm that, there's 1 beat. There's another beat. Let's look at the next one. And again, I think you can see it's going to be an obvious choice to count in crotchet beats or quarter notes. Our bottom number is going to be 4 again. And so we've got 1 crotchet beat there, 1 crotchet beat there, there's 1, there's 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 over 4. Let's just double check in the next bar. 1/2 and 2/4 of a beat gives us 1. 3/4 and 1/4 gives us 1. There's 1, and then there's 1 beat's rest. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I always say if you find the maths difficult, I always imagine there's a crotchet beat, there's my whole beat, divide it into quarters. And so for example here you can see you've got a half, the dot makes it half as much again, and then there's our final quarter. So I just visualise it like that. Now we have 4/4 as our answer here. Alternatively, you could have 2/2. Mathematically speaking, that would be the same. And that therefore means we could also have common time symbol, or the ABRSM, the split common time symbol. So any of those would be correct. This next one though, the last one, I think straight away we can tell that we're counting in minim beats or half notes. Our bottom number is going to be 2. And we have 1, 2, 3 of those in the bar. So 3/2 straight away, job done. Let's just double check in the next bar. So there, they make a minim. Crotchet, crotchet equals minim. Those make a minim or a half note. And then there's another one. So 1, 2, 3. There we go then. Let's press on to the next question. So we've got 2 parts in this question. So let's have a look at this. We need to name the degree of the scale for each of the notes marked as shown in the first answer. The key is E flat major, so we're always counting from E flat. The key signature takes care of the flat, so we're just counting up from E. And so let's just look at this first one they're given us. There's our E, we're in treble clef. E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E, F, G, A, B, C. So if we're counting from E here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a fourth. And the only thing you can forget to do is count E as 1, which would put you a degree out. So here we go, if E is 1, F is 2, so that's the second degree of the scale. Let's press on. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's a seventh. And you can check that because you think E, F, G, A, B, C, D, 7 next to the E, which is your octave eighth. Here we have this one again, which is a step down, which is a sixth. You can count it from the E, F, G, A, B, C. However, if you glance at the first one, they've already given that for you, so that's another double check. So here, counting from the E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a fifth. And it's part of your tonic triad, actually, E, G, B, first, third, fifth. Just a little side chatter there. So here, 1, 2, 3, that's the middle part of your triad, the third. Here we have the E, so you can call that a first or an octave, either way. And then we jump up to the higher octave, so that also is an octave. First and octave, it's all the same. You just return back to the tonic. So that's that one completed. Let's look at the next section of this question. How many semiquavers or 16th notes is the last note of the melody worth? So we know that a crotchet or a quarter note divides into 2 quavers or half a beat, eighth notes. And then if we divide again, we've got 4 semiquavers or 4 16th notes. So there's our answer 4. Let's turn over the page. So let's have a look at question 3. I'll just move, I keep losing my ruler. Let's tuck it over. So question 3 is asking us to look at tonic triads. We need to write the triad, the tonic triad's name below. It says do not use key signatures, however they helpfully remind us to put in any necessary accidentals. We need to bear in mind what the key signature would be and then add them as accidentals where needed. So we're in the treble clef. A major of course begins on an A, F, A. So we want the first, the third and the fifth. That's just space, 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 or line, line, line. Now A major has a key signature of F, C and G sharps. We have here A, C, E, so the C is going to need a sharp sign to do the job. We're a key signature there. So now we're changing clef and we need A minor in bass clef. So our tonic is A in bass clef. I'm going to go down here, so I'm not going to need ledger lines. You could go up here and use ledger lines. It doesn't matter as long as you get the right notes. First, third, fifth. Now A minor is related to C major, so there's a key signature of nothing, so there's nothing to add there. And any of the accidentals that come later in the minor scale aren't part of this triad. They come later on notes 7 or 6 and 7, depending which version you're doing. So in the harmonic minor scale, it's the raised 7th. So we've only got first, third, fifth, so we don't need anything. Let's carry on. So B flat major must begin on a B flat. We're in the bass clef, good boys. There's our B flat. First, third, fifth. B flat major has a key signature of B flats and E flats. So that B, of course, to be the tonic B flat needs, oh, I missed. Let's do that again. Just place that correctly. There we go. So B, D, F, so a B flat is needed. Moving on, F major in the treble clef. So there's our F, first, third, fifth. F major has a key signature of B flats, and here we have F, A, C, so there's no B for us to flatten in that triad. C major, so you can write this either high up or low down, it's up to you. You could start on middle C, C, E, G, or you could write it an octave higher, starting here. C major has a key signature of nothing, so we don't need any additions there. So that's the end of that question. We'll look at the next question in the next video. I hope that this is helpful to you. I hope that you're enjoying it. I certainly am. Please do visit sharonbill.com and make sure that you use all of the information that's available to you there to help you. If you can give me a like, that'd be really fab, and subscribe to my channel. There's lots more in store. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.